Hello and welcome back to the Dungeon of Bad Decisions. This is the 38th installment of Anna Attempts to Explain Things. I'm your host, Anna, and this week's topic is Pathfinder Witches. So, I love Pathfinder. 5e is great, but Pathfinder is my first and greatest tabletop love. And one of my favorite classes to play is in the Pathfinder Advanced Class Guide, Witches. Witches are an especially squishy caster class, but if you do it right, they can be a hell of a glass cannon. Especially the Scarred Witch Doctor, which is an Orc racial special where you cast with your constitution instead of your intelligence. So they're slightly less squishy and still pretty powerful. And also, instead of a familiar, you get this weird fetish mask thingy. It's really weird. One of the greatest things witches get is hexes, which are a category of class-exclusive spells that you cast as many times as you want, but you only affect the same creature once per 24 hours. It's actually done a pretty good job balancing out the general OP-ness of certain hexes, such as their version of the sleep spell, which has no hit die cap. So I have literally seen a witch cast it on a fucking kaiju, a CR26 monster, and send it to sleep because the kaiju failed to save, because kaiju do not have high int. We completely nerfed the DM's plan because he hadn't intended us to be able to fight the kaiju, but then we, in part of a small town of NPCs, coup de grace the kaiju before it could get up. It was pretty awesome. To be fair, most of the hex list isn't even a quarter as OP as the no cap sleep, but there are some other pretty great things in there, such as Evil Eye, which gives the target -2 on your choice of AC, ability, or skill checks, attack rolls, or saving throws. Plus, you can cast it again on the same target within the 24-hour period, so long as you choose a different thing to affect each time. And Misfortune, which basically gives the target disadvantage on their next roll, attack roll, saving roll, whatever. Or Cackle, which extends the duration of the previous 2 hexes plus some other hexes you get at higher levels. Or even a Healing Hex, which allows you to heal yourself, or to act as a tertiary healer if your group is an especially desperate and disastrous case, which happens to me a lot. Anyways, witches also get familiars, so you can deliver touch spells using those without putting yourself in danger. Like I had a bat familiar in my first witch, I think, and I just sent him and at enemies and friends and deliver touch spells. I had another when I dual classed in Alchemist and Witch. Alchemists get throw everything as a class feat, which allows you to throw whatever, literally throw anything without taking the minuses you usually get. So I had a Compsognathus named Harold, which is a very small dinosaur, and I would throw him at people to inflict wounds or cure wounds. So you haven't quite lived until the giant gritty anti-paladin has thanked you for whacking him for launching a tiny dinosaur at his face. It was great. There are also some hexes that are great, more for roleplay or multi-classing. I'm thinking particularly of the prehensile hair hex. I think my favorite use of that I've ever heard of is to take one level of witch and the rest of the monk. So you can basically use the hex to punch people with your hair. Taylor, you may be familiar with as the godfather / Vodgaunt of the Dungeon of Bad Decisions, actually played that witch monk, and he beat people up with his mustache. He was this big 50s style muscle man, or 20s or whatever, early 1900s style muscle man with, bald head, glorious ginger mustache, no shirt, tiny bowler hat, and he just went around like this with his arms crossed over his chest. And the only item he had on his person was his mustache care kit. And he beat people up with his mustache instead of his fists. So instead of flurry of blows, he had flurry of his mustache. It was pretty awesome. In short, witches are a lot of fun, and I love them. I really hope 5e includes them at some point, though I firstly have a difficult time imagining them working nearly as well outside the context of Pathfinder, probably because of how heavily I associate them with the edition. I don't think 3.5 even had them. I just checked, and they are not a playable class in 3.5. More's the pity. If you enjoyed this video, check out more content in the links in the description below for the Dungeon of Bad Decisions Discord server, and my blog where I post quotes, anecdotes, and photos from tabletop games I play in at thedungeonofbaddecisions.tumblr.com, and to support my Patreon. Special thanks again to Crunchy Chompy for being a commoner patron, and to Polygon and Tark for being average adventurers. Click here to check out the rest of the series, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Roll 20s, y'all.